Yo, what is up you awesome people, Clunky here, and today I got the world's best Retribution Paladin build for Season 3 of the War Within. So, this build is going to be super short, okay? I'm gonna keep everything sweet and tight for you guys. So, here's the build that we're gonna be playing. Currently being played by the top players in the entire world right now. I'm gonna show you guys for a proof. So this dude right here is currently sitting at 3.1k, almost 3.2k. So today I'm going to show you guys exactly how to play that build. It's not that hard, and I used to be rank 12 in the whole world in solo queue RPGs, so stick around. I will be teaching you guys a thing or two, alright? Starting with the best stats possible for Retribution Pally in the Season 3. So you remember this dude who's almost 3.2k rating in solo queue RPGs? We are going to check his stats, okay? So 30% versatility as a Retribution Pally is super good. It allows you to last a lot longer. So it reduces damage, gives you more damage. And most characters run at 20% verse, but this dude is pushing towards 30%. As for mastery, which is your most important stat for raw damage, bro's running 47% mastery. As for the haste, he's running 30% haste. And as for critical strike, you don't want critical strike. You should avoid it if possible. 11%. All right. So as for the gear, let's check the world's best gear possible. So tier set helm with versatility and mastery gem. The Astral Gladiator's amulet with mastery, versatility and mastery gems. The tier set shoulders, Reshi wraps with mastery, enchant on it. Alright. As for the chest, tier set chest with crystalline, radiance, enchant. As for the wrists, mastery, enchanted with leech, and versatility and mastery gems. As for the handguards, he's rocking with the PvP Conquest 1, again with mastery. As for the girdle, Astral Gladiator's plate girdle with versatility, mastery, with versatility and mastery gem. As for the legs, tier set legs with mastery, critical strike, enchanted with 930 agility and 895 stamina. Okay. And as for, yeah, but because this enchant gives you agility or strength, okay? It adapts to your spec, essentially. And then for the boots, running with Algari competitors plate Sabatons, which is craftable, okay? Enchanted with Defender's March, and with a gem that gives you a chance to deal random damage. As for the rings, bro's running with both craftable Algari Signet, okay, enchanted with versatility and mastery gems, very important, okay, and same for the second one, enchanted with versatility with mastery on it, one gem of versatility and mastery, and one gem that gives him 181 primary stat and 5% damage reduction when affected by crowd control. He's running with the auto-proc Astral Gladiator's insignia of alacrity, which is super good at the moment. And he's running with the 1 minute unused Astral Gladiator's medallion. Keep in mind, even though bro's running a human race, he's not rocking double offensive trinket. Okay, it's a no bueno right now. As for the weapon, he's running with the Astral Gladiator's great sword, versatility mastery, enchanted with authority of radiant power. So, this is pretty much the stats that the best player is running with right now. Now, let's check out the world's best build. This build right here. So, that dude with 3.2k rating is playing with this exact same build. You're saying, oh, Clunky, Herald of the Sun got nerfed. You know, we don't care. It's still a best in slot at the moment. It deals insane damage, even though if you get CC'd while playing Herald of the Sun, let's say you had the chance to actually use your burst, you get feared, whatever, you're still dealing insane damage while sitting in your CC. It's just bonkers, super good. So, as you guys notice, we're still playing with Radiant Glory, as is best in slot paired with this passive right here, which is called Crusade. which increases your haste and your damage by 3% for 27 seconds. And every time you spend holy power, okay, during your burst, your haste and your damage is going to be increased by 3%, maximum of 10 stacks, which means 30% more damage. That means whenever you're bursting, the more times that you're going to be spending your holy power, the more damage that you're going to be dealing in the long run. Which means that we're still playing with Divine Toll. Divine Toll, I'm going to be honest, man, there's not a lot that has changed, okay? I've noticed the bros playing Righteous Cause, because each holy power spent has a 6% chance to reset the cooldown of Blade of Justice, because Blade of Justice kind of got buffed, but we're not using it for the raw damage, we're using it for the holy power generation. So that's literally it. I'm going to be honest, on the left side, pretty much nothing has changed, okay? I've noticed they're not playing Stoicism anymore. And as for the very best PvP talents that you can possibly be running for Retribution Paladin right now, we're going to check this dude's exact PvP talents. So, he's running with Searing Glare. That was a no-brainer. Searing Glare is exceptional. How people usually use Searing Glare, because if you guys did not know, you can actually kick Searing Glare, and it's pretty bad if you get kicked on casting Searing Glare as a Retribution Paladin, because it nullifies all of your damage. It stops you from casting pretty much anything, right? What most people do, they usually blind a big group of people into Searing Glare and to cap the objective, which is super insane. It literally works to cap objectives, by the way. Okay, and yeah, and the other thing that you can do is actually when you're in trouble, you need to bubble. You bubble, you're low health, you just use your bubble, and then at the very end of your bubble, when there's like 2 seconds remaining on it, you just cast Searing Glare on your enemies. So when you come out of your bubble, you have 4 extra seconds where your enemies cannot damage you, which is pretty insane, because your healer will have a lot of time to keep like top of your health at this point. And then he's playing with Hallowed Ground, which literally it's clearing all the snares and slows on yourself and allies within its area of effect, and that shit procs all the time because of your Blade of Justice. So it's pretty freaking good. It's an AoE root clearing ability that automatically procs. And then as for his third PvP talent, he's playing Blessing of Stank. Blessing of Stank is insanely good if you use it on your healer, okay? I don't need to explain you why this is good. If you remove a CC from your healer can heal you. it's that brain dead, essentially. And what you can do with Blessing of Sanctuary is if you know you're gonna get stunned, silenced, feared, or coiled, anything in the next like 5 seconds, what you can do is actually use Blessing of Sanctuary on yourself before the CC actually lands. If you can predict it, you use Blessing of Sanctuary. It reduces the CC by 60%. So instead of having, I don't know, man, a stun that stuns you for 5 seconds, it's going to stun you for like 1.5 seconds, which is pretty insane. Alright guys, so now I'm going to show you guys the full burst rotation. Keep in mind, I've installed an add-on, okay, which actually shows the spells that I'm pressing in real time, so it's going to be super easy for you guys to follow along. So, as a Red Paladin, what you need to know, you see that expurgation? What happens is, whenever you use Blade of Justice, okay, on the target, it applies this dot damage, which increases all holy damage taken by 5%. So, what you need to remember is you always need to apply this to your target before your burst, or else you're losing 5% damage. And then there's another buff, which is called Judgment, taking 20% increased damage from the next holy power ability, which means Final Verdict, you know, or it could be Divine Storm, but we're gonna focus on Final, meaning that you absolutely need to apply Blade of Justice and your hammer, your Judgment. That's 25% more damage if your target has those 2 debuffs on themselves. So super important. This is why I'm explaining you guys how it works. So super simple. When you're about like 30 yards away from your target, this is when you want to cast your judgment. All right, we're using the judgment right here. And then as you close in, you want to use your Blade of Justice. And as you're like 10 yards away from your target, this is when you want to stun and then start your burst sequence. All right, so let's do the rotation. Again, Judgment, Blade of Justice, we stun into Final Reckoning, into our Wake of Ashes, and we start spamming that Final Verdict until we're running low on Holy Power. Then we pop our Divine Toll, we're back spamming Final Verdict, we reapply Blade of Justice, use Judgment, and then another Final Verdict. That's literally it. So, let's go ahead. Stun, Final Reckoning, and we start the pumping ace. We're spamming at this point. We reapply our debuffs. We reapply the debuff. We use our proc right here. We're kind of procking hard right now. We got a little bit lucky on those procs. And then what you want to do, we're actually getting back our stun in 2 seconds. We got it right now. We're going to stun again. Another Wake of Ashes. We're waiting for that proc. Oh, we got the proc. We use it right here. Sometimes the proc actually hit for crazy numbers, so you need to spend them every time. So at this point, what we're going to be looking to do is just wait for our next stun into our next Wake of Ashes, into yet again another stun, into Wake of Ashes, into Final Reckoning. It's literally always the same rotation, guys. Okay, if you can nail that part, just that part perfectly, your enemies are gonna hate you. They're gonna say Pally's OP. Pally's still OP, by the way. So final verdict hitting for 4.3 million. So this is without potion. This is without heroism. This is without Zerker buff. You name it. This is without nothing. Just the raw damage. Okay. And Sun's Avatar, which is your hero talent passive, and Downlight is still dealing like 30% of your total damage. That's way more than your Final Verdict. So how it works, you absolutely need to reapply your Blade of Justice and your Judgment every time that the debuffs are about to fall off, or else, again, you're losing 25% damage. So very important. It's super important. And then the rest of it is just like pretty much passive damage, you know, your procs, everything. Final Reckoning actually hitting for 3 million, which is not bad. So, well, hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'm going to link down this build if you guys want to try it out down in the description. I'm going to link down some cool freaking macros, just like this one right here. It's called the Hover macro for Final Reckoning. Okay, I'm going to link down that macro also. And make sure you hit the like button, the subscribe button, share this video to your friends who would like to learn how to play Retribution Paladin, you know, and applaud the video. If you applaud the video, more people will see it, my small channel will grow, and everyone's gonna be happy. I'm gonna make more content. So let me know down in the comment section on which character I should be making a guide video next. I'm gonna be more than happy about it, and I'm gonna focus and make that video right away. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you guys have a fantastic rest of the day. This was ClunkyDoo.